What's up, WSSU Ram Nation? It's SJG. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate everybody for returning. If you haven't already, please do two things for me. Go ahead and hit that like button so people can like this video, and hit that subscribe count as we continue to drive towards 500 before we get to football season. Got a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about just briefly today. Some exciting and some somber. We'll start off with the somber. Many of you probably already know at this point, but if you haven't heard, we lost one of our own, a WSSU Ram, and also a member of the football team, also as a practice player for the women's basketball program, as they practice against men, and that is Mr. Picasso Keaton. He unfortunately has passed away on Thursday, July 11th. I saw the news via Dr. Jack Monell. Big shout out to Dr. Monell and everything that he does, but obviously somber mood as we mourn the loss of this young man. Obviously the WSSU community is large, and not everybody knows everybody at this point, but for those who were in school with him or have interacted with him, I was able to catch him, briefly during his years during the football program. And, he just always had a good energy about him, always, just encouraging teammates. And, he was an upbeat part of the team, and they had some lean years when he played. But, he was, I just remember him from a win they had against St. Aug. And him out there with the rest of his brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. He was out there with them, hopping and just having a good time and enjoying life. And then I was going through my camera roll again, and I saw a photo that I took of him and during basketball season during Greek Day, hopping with his fraternity brothers as well. Just really out there living full of life. And so unfortunately, his life is cut short. He's a two-time alumnus of WSSU. He has his bachelor's degree, I believe, in sports management, and then also went back and got his degree in mass communications as well. So a big loss for the WSSU community. We heard earlier in the week about some guys who were major college football players who were lost to an accident, and I believe drinking was involved there. So we're seeing a theme there, and it's a shame when anyone loses their life early, but especially to drunk driving at the hands of someone else. It's tough. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the Keaton family, as well as all of his former teammates, all of his friends, frat brothers, and just everyone who loved him. You can scroll through Twitter and you see the love he got there, and I'm sure on the other platforms as well. Just a bright light of a young man that has unfortunately been extinguished far too soon, but I'm sure he'll live on in the thoughts and memories of his family and friends and classmates. So we'll have a moment of silence for Mr. Picasso Keaton. All right, let's take a turn here, and we are now in July, which means football season is approaching. And I know WSSU Ram Nation, we're not going to sugarcoat it here. Football season has been tough for us the last couple of years, but it is July, and hope springs eternal. Everybody's undefeated right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited, brothers and sisters. I'm excited.
We're also all winless, but we're undefeated, right? So this is the fun part of the season where folks still have a lot of optimism and are looking forward to it. If you haven't gotten your season tickets already for WSSU, I would say go ahead and do that for sure. Again, we can be real about the disappointment that's been there, but know that, as we talked about on the show on Wednesday, there's no CIAA draft, and we're not going to just get better just because we want to get better by not supporting. So there's that spill. But Media Day is coming up soon, and WSSU has put out the players that will be accompanying head coach Robert Massey to Roanoke, Virginia for CIAA Media Day. And that's none other than Kamar Kyle and also our quarterback, Dalen Lee. So two talented young men, two really just solid, upstanding young men. Got a chance to interview both of them last year, watch them play. Both these guys are passionate about playing. Both of these guys want to win. Kamar, was able to make some big plays at points last year on the defensive end, and really great to have him back, key piece of that defense. And then obviously Dalen Lee, the quarterback, had an outstanding year, passed for I believe over 2,000 yards, which I think it's been quite a while since we've had a quarterback pass for that many yards. And so there is some excitement about this football team. Again, we know where we've been, and but we know where we want to be as well. It'll be interesting. CIAA Media Day also includes the CIAA predicted finish. Our friends over at Breaking Down the Bulldogs, which is an outlet that is designed to cover Bowie State University, put out an interesting predicted finish that had Bowie State number 1.
See, brothers and sisters, I'm having a hard time understanding. Brothers and sisters, I'm having a hard time understanding.
Hey, it's Breaking Down the Bulldogs. I mean, I'm not gonna say that WSSU is gonna be predicted to finish number 1. That would be a lie. But I think he had him predicted to finish 8th. They'll probably be picked to be in that range. But if you saw last year, a lot of the games last year were lost by slim margins in the fourth quarter. Again, hope springs eternal. So we'll see what happens with that. But we did get some news today as well that I want everybody to be aware of, and that is television. The Rams are going to be on TV at least twice this year, maybe more, depending on how well they do. So HBCU Go is a media outlet that covers HBCUs, and they have a deal with the CIAA. They negotiated that last year. You can go to hbcugameday.com and read all about that and see the full schedule, my day job. So I appreciate everybody for supporting that. So we have a pair of games featuring Winston-Salem State University. Game number 1 is going to be September 21st against Virginia State University in Petersburg. We have not played VSU since 2017. We went up to Petersburg and we're winning, and somebody decided to cut the lights off on us, and they ended up getting that win in overtime and going on to win the CIAA championship. So there's a bit of payback that we owe them there. Of course, last year they came out really strong. They beat Norfolk State, a D1 team, and I think they started off 8-0, and then they decided that they were going to lose to Elizabeth City State.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
So, hey, if ECSU could beat them last year, who's to say WSSU can't beat them this year? And they beat them in Petersburg. It's actually electric. Yeah. Anyway, but shout out to VSU. It should be a good time. It should be a good game. I hope that we'll get a chance to play them more, especially now that they're doing away with divisions. I think that's a great game, potentially as a rivalry game, another state school across the border. I know we have some alumni over there in the Richmond area. I know, shout out to the Richmond Metro Rams. I'm sure they will be there strong and heavy. And so we got that game. That's September 21st. It is a 1 p.m. game, so it's an early game in September. So, yeah, that's the kind of thing with TV. And so our second game will be October 26th, and it will be at Bowman Gray Stadium. Johnson C. Smith is going to come to Bowman Gray Stadium October 26th. And look, guys, it's a TV game. We need to show up and show out. By that point in the season, we could still be in the hunt for the CIAA championship, or we could be out of it. It's a long season. Again, homecoming isn't until November 9th, if you forgot already. So, hopefully we'll still be in it. But, Johnson C. Smith fancies themselves as a rival. Statistically, historically, this is not a rivalry game, but Johnson C. Smith beat Winston-Salem State last year. I know it's painful. The last time it happened was in 1996. Your boy was just about to start middle school, And yeah, you know, a lot of y'all who are watching weren't even born. So that's how long it had been. And look, I'm gonna tell you guys, when I went to a event over in Charlotte, the president of Johnson C. Smith, she was talking big smack about beating Winston-Salem State. When I told her, you know, I tried to be nice and congratulate her and tell her, hey, congratulations for beating Winston-Salem State. You know, it's your once in a quarter century of beating us, so enjoy it, take it, run with it. And she has some smack for me, so that's who's going to be coming to Bowman Gray Stadium. It's one of 5 games on the season. It's a 1 p.m. game, and you know, hopefully folks will take the time to come out and support the Rams, cheer them on, have a good showing on TV. It's not every year that we get a TV game in Bowman Gray, a true TV game. So let's make that thing sing. And then, you know, if the Rams do well, the CIAA Championship game is also on HBCU Go as well. So a lot of chances to be on TV for the Rams. As a Division II program, that's big. You know, HBCU Go is broadcast around the nation and around the world. And so it's a big deal. It's a big opportunity. Again, WSSU football, we've been through it, but hey, again, hope springs eternal. There were some things about last year that I think could, you know, a couple plays here and there could have had a whole different record, but hey, that's why you play the game. So anyway, I appreciate everybody for hopping in, WSSU Ram Nation. Again, this has been a busy week. Corey Thompson named head coach at the beginning of the week, so shout out to everybody who's watched our coverage of that. You know, Coach Thompson, whether you favored, you know, potentially Bazemore, whether you favored potentially Wilson, favored potentially Paul Davis, Coach Thompson is our coach. He's our guy now, so it's time to rally behind him. He's a Ram. He's one of us. He is like us, and you know, he wants to bring that championship back to WSSU. And I happen to know he's been working the phones and hitting the ground running, trying to get some new players. Because as we say, ain't nobody gonna cry tears for the Rams. So I appreciate everybody for watching in WSSU Ram Nation. Please go buy some merch off of here as well. Underneath this is the Amazon link. It's plenty of great stuff. Make sure that when you come near the games, you wear some WSSU stuff. I know y'all are super fly. Y'all want to put it on and everything. But let's get some great authentic WSSU gear and help out the channel as well. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.